So you won the Spring Break Brawl at
Yep.
210 with this show, and you can see like how much of like what you've done. What makes this match special? Because you've seen scrambles before. Why is that such a special win for you?
You see, I haven't been in too many scrambles.
Oh,
So to go in at the time that I did, but also to constantly be fighting somebody, have not I didn't have much of a break during this time. I just kept fighting, clawing against the biggest guys, against all of those sharks that kept trying to get us out.
yeah.
But I overcame. Yo, gané. I was the one to win it all.
What was it like being the underdog out of everyone?
I'm used to it.
Okay.
I'm always used to being the underdog. Because you know what? I got this mask. I'm fighting for myself, fighting for everybody out there too.
Mhm.
Because it's all about the heart. That's why I have the heart right here. Soy el corazón.
Here's all.
Y el corazón, todos tienen una. Y juntos vamos a gritar. Together, we're all going to scream.
There you go. Because I think what's fascinating, there was a match with Ricky Reyes. And the thing with Ricky Reyes is he's been all over the place. And he's been in Ring of Honor all the way up to Lucha Underground. And despite the outcome of what happened and knowing you faced a legend in Ricky Reyes, what was it like facing someone of that stature when you faced him in the ring immediately after this Spring Break Brawl?
You see, I would have been happy, overjoyed at the opportunity to face a legend in that ring one-on-one. But ese hombre me atacó de atrás. He attacked me from behind. I don't like that. I don't take time kindly to people who attack others from behind. If you want me one-on-one, face-to-face, both of us fresh, ready to go. But from behind,
That's kind of cheap.
I could never.
That's a very
And he took off my mask afterwards. He took advantage of me when I was weak. And he took my mask off of me. That I can never forgive. Ricky, one of these days it'll be you and me in the middle of that ring. And you'll be seeing this mask as you lay on the ground, my hand raised.
look. It's nice because I think how we're doing this now, and it's about a few weeks. And will you be ready by then?
I'm gonna be ready no
Okay.
matter what. If Ricky wants me, if the people want it, I'm gonna give it to them. Because no matter how I'm feeling, voy a dar todo. I'm gonna give it my all. There's a reason they call me the heart. Hay un razón que me llaman el corazón. Voy a dar todo, siempre. I'm always gonna give it my all.
Baracho has been part of the bigger Lucha division, and we've seen McAllen, Laredo, El Paso. In the cookout last year, and facing that division, how different is it than facing someone like in a traditional sense in the ring?
You see, growing up, I'm from the Valley, from the 956. I grew up in Mission, watching Lucha. So I studied the old school, you know? I've studied the Santos. I've studied the Pentas, the Mil Máscaras, Huracan Ramirez. I studied a lot of the originals thanks to my grandparents. But to now not to be a part of it, to be a part of what keeps it alive, to keep the tradition of the mask going, I love it. I love it. Because it's a part of me. It's a part of who I am. It's part of how I grew up. So even though now I'm in San Antonio repping it, I'm always repping the 956. I'm always repping my hometown. And that's never going to stop with me as long as I have this on.
What was what was Lalo what was it like having Lalo on it as that booker for you? Because he's immersed in Lucha. And to have him book this match for you, what was it like to know that, okay, I have someone who's really versed in Lucha tradition to doing stuff like the cookout?
It was a good opportunity. You know, moving up here, I don't always get a chance to work pure lucha. But for me, it's always a learning opportunity because I can't call myself a luchador if I don't know the lucha way, if I don't bleed it, if I don't breathe it, if I don't live it, you know? So anytime I'm in there with Decimus and all of those guys, I relish in the opportunity because it keeps my mind sharp. I can't lose what I am. And they're the ones who help me push through.
It's nice to have that experience with you, so you can push them as much as they're pushing you at the end of the day.
So you have the familiarity too in that style. Because work too much of one style, you kind of forget the other, and I don't want to forget anything.
There you go.
I am continuously a hybrid styled wrestler. I want to mix in everything I learn into what I do. Lucha, grappling, brawling, strong style, whatever. I want to keep it all. I don't want to lose any of it.
There you go. Awesome. Cool. Thank you for your time. Hopefully we'll see you down the line at the on-site on-site next. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. All right, K-Jax, last time we were here, we were holding mics at the press conference. We have actual video now for this. It's been a while since we've spoken at the last press conference, and you've been in Korea again. What time? Is this like your number? How many times have you been in Korea up until this point?
So as far as wrestling goes, over in Korea, it's probably been about maybe five or six times.
What?
Wrestling over there, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I love
okay.
it.
All right, I gotta ask, what was it like the first time?
So the first time I didn't really know what to expect, right? Because I started over in Japan.
Right.
And going over to Korea, I was like, I don't know what it's like at a different country wrestling.
So you have culture shock, literally.
Yes, but they're freaking amazing over there. Like, they'll take care of you. They watch out. They go ahead and like the way that the terminology goes, the way that the intellect goes, the way the psychology goes. Wow. It's amazing to adapt to. And then you get a chance to really use whatever you're really good at. So my chops,
I know,
all over the place.
That always
loved it. Loved it.
But with each time up until your recent one,
yep.
How did that? What's the difference like within those tours that the recent one you're like, it's clockwork for me to go there?
Oh man, so I got to say the most recent time, last month, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the month before last month, because last month was February now. When I went over there, it seemed like everything was just like fitting in. I was able to go ahead and take part of like their version of Money in the Bank. It was like a whole new crew out there, and they were kicking some booty out there, legitimately. And I'm not gonna lie, it just felt right.
Yeah.
Being out in that spot, especially working with some of the different talent that I'd never worked with before, seeing some old friends as well. Wow. It's just, everything just like clicked together. Tajiri's out there, so we got a chance to go ahead and see this guy. And I'm like, yo,
that's awesome.
am I gonna get a chance to work with him or something? And I don't know, it's like the fan guy inside of me started coming out a little bit more, but everything worked out and started clicking really well. So it started feeling a little bit more natural, especially working with them. And then now it looks like I might be over there every month.
Wow, because like I was thinking, because I've asked someone else who's been in that position where they are in a new country. Like, did you was there a literal loss in translation whenever you're in a different country when you first started? And did you like really overcome having that loss in translation in another country, like in South Korea?
Yeah, so I'll say from Japan over to Korea, there was some culture shock, trying to understand a little bit more because I didn't understand the dialect at all, right? But then they were very open and helping me and friendly and trying to help me to go ahead and understand what they were saying.
Right.
You have some translators out there too, and then English is spoken out there widely, so they'll go ahead and you can actually adapt.
Is it like conversational level, or?
Yeah, very good conversational level.
Okay.
So it's like how I'm doing with you right now. They can go ahead and speak to you. But then when I took that about 2 years in America and then getting a chance to travel back, I was like, oh my gosh, culture shock again.
Trying not to mark out.
Yes, it was amazing. I was like, yo, what did you say? Okay. But they worked really well with me.
Yeah.
They translate really well. And then also with the Japanese that I do remember, they picked up with that. So we have like a buffer language to speak.
Kind of like some Filipino. So I can understand some Spanish, but there's like, as a whole in Spanish, I won't understand it until like it happens. So like to know that you have some familiarity in terms of dialects, it must have been easier for you to do that over time.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it started getting easier over time, especially with Duolingo. I mean, I'm not sponsored by them anyway, shape or form.
But
Okay?
it helps. But it helps.
But it definitely helps out a lot. Picking up like the small phrases and everything as well. Picking up like the mannerisms, every way that they go ahead
Yeah.
and do speak, is easier to go ahead and pick up. And a lot of the stuff that they say is relative to things that they've said either in Japan or America.
Right.
So it's easy to go ahead and start picking up what they got. So
Yeah.
it's not as bad as what it used to be.
Yeah, because I think now the show happened. We, as you can tell, the lights went off. The show is actually done.
Yeah.
But to be in the yard, I think we spoke about it. What was it like being on the first time to now being within the bigger talent pool and being part of the bigger picture of what United is doing with Stash?
So all with United, I'm going to say, I'm not going to lie, I was nervous.
Oh.
And it's not nervous because of how they do anything. I was nervous because never really worked that much with American talent.
Right.
So I didn't know what to expect. I only had like Japanese and Korean talent that I've ever worked with. So coming out there, I'm like,
okay, wait.
So I was like, what do I do? Like, okay, do they do the same thing with this? Is the psychology the same as it was over here?
Right.
But all I can really say is like, they stuck with me through and through. United has grown so much, and I'm very proud of them and how they have grown. The development as far as the location that they're at to like how they're shifting around now, even though they no longer are over at the yard, I'm still happy with every place that they are going to because it's like they're reaching out to more people.
Right.
More and more people are starting to show up now than they were before, so it's nothing but growth. So I just gotta say, like, I was nervous before, but now it feels like I'm around
And
family.
it's confidence. I think not everyone's. I mean, unless if you're God yourself, I will say that. The first time for everything, it's going to be hard, and to learn from now and being part of a scramble with the Don Juan Spring Break Brawl, like to have like those matches. You've had singles before, and now with the Spring Break Brawl, it must have been an easier transition now that you've worked with a lot of the guys who are there from like the Animos or to Zorros and with Don Juan, like kind of like spearheading everything. It must have been easier for you to just run that match and where you're going to be and how the match is going to overcome the end of that match is going to be. So it's a smooth transition doing it.
It is. It is a smoother transition because it's like you get an understanding of how they do certain things, how they move, how you can put them in certain places. But the great thing about it is the familial connection that we make.
Yeah.
So it's like I can tell what you're going to do before you even do it.
Yeah.
Like they can tell what I want to do before I even do it. So it's kind of like it's almost like twinning without the twins. You know,
it's moves.
Yeah.
It's moves, not genetics.
Exactly. It's like with Animo, I know he's going to try pushing me to the higher limit, especially with the moves that he can do, reverses. I know he's going to reverse anything I give him, so now I got to think other ways to get him out. But yeah,
because I think like I should have thought about this too, because now you're learning these sets in Korea and Japan and America. How did you find that happy medium on how to like really go through a match in, for example, like in the yard?
Okay. It was really more so just like sitting and watching. In the first part, it was, if you've noticed when I was in the yard, I didn't go directly into a match. I just kind of sat back, watched how they did things at first, got a chance to talk over to the other talent.
Right.
And then got into the matches themselves. And I was like, okay, cool. I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And they were like, Jax, chill for a second.
Slow down.
I was like, oh, I got you. And they showed me the psychology that they do. And I was like, I got it now. And I'm still learning it. I'm not going to say that I'm like 100% when it comes to all that.
It's better than you were before.
Yes. So the happy medium was more just like listening out to like how everybody does everything, how they work themselves to those areas, and then like how you can fit into their story. So again, it just goes down to like how much do I know this person? Mm-hmm. How can I bring the best out of this person? How can they help me to bring the best out of me? And how can we have the fans really enjoy what we're putting out there? So the fans is like the big medium.
This is fun.
Yeah.
And it's a speed run, but I will say this before we close the conversation.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you for your service. The fact that you're doing this for the betterment of our country. I wanted to say thank you for that, for your service, because now you're doing things more past on what your active duty is in the military to now in the process. I really want to appreciate for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you just saying that all together. Thank you so much.
Of course, I will end here.
Yeah.
Lap sync. Kalientita, it's been a while. We've done, I think we did the press con. No, we actually did the press conference a while back. Mm-hmm. It was on audio. We have video now.
Yeah,
There
look,
is
you
a
can see
face
how hot
behind
I
the voice.
am.
She's here.
Yes, yes.
Stacey Neal is probably the coolest thing too, because like she's like your twin in moves, and like
Mm.
you guys work well so well together. I think you faced her before.
No, actually,
What?
this was our very, very first
No.
time sharing a ring
We'll redact
together.
that. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
know, but dude, it like when we met up today, I was like, have we ever even been in a battle royal or royal rumble, a tag match? And she was like, no, and I was like,
We just made false
Wow.
memories. We just made false
wow,
memories.
yeah. And the crazy part is we've been internet friends since I was like 16, so like I've seen her journey from the very beginning. She supported me in my journey, and
Hold
like,
on. So that means you and Mia and Izzy, you guys are besties.
no, unfortunately, not besties with Izzy. I think we will be for life. We will be
Okay.
rivals for life, which isn't terrible. But
You
Mia,
respect each other.
I respect her. I
Okay.
respect her a lot. But Mia is someone who like, you know, we were friends, and then I kind of came up on the scene, and for some reason we just never crossed paths.
Yeah.
Even at Row, like no matter what promotion we've been in, we never crossed paths, not even in the tag.
Yeah.
But United made it happen. It's a first time matchup. Whenever it comes out, definitely check it out because it was a good
It
match.
was fun. I
It was
enjoyed it.
so fun. Like to have someone to like back and forth with, and she's not a shy girl, and she's nice, but she can kick ass. And
She's a high fly. That's what I like about Mia. Is her
Oh,
high fly, because when
yeah.
she always does the tightrope walk, and I was like, oh, that's
It's
gonna happen to the arm
impressive.
drag. Dude.
Yeah. I could not. Low key, I really can't do that. I can't. You know, but props to Mia because that was good. She ate. She did really good.
You've been out of state
A few
for a
times.
few times, but to bring hybrid, to bring United, to bring all of these promotions to those states, how proud of you to carry whatever San Antonio has to what's happening outside of the city.
Oh, it's so cool and it's so important because like I love hybrid. It's a part of me. People
Yeah.
will say what they say about hybrid, but it's what built me. Like if you love Kalientita, I'm sorry, you have to like hybrid because these are the people that helped me grow from when I was 16 to the 21-year-old that I am now. Like the confidence, the character, the moveset, it is all hybrid.
Yeah.
And so I love carrying that flag with me wherever I go, even if it's outside the city. Like no matter where I go, I love representing hybrid. I love representing San Antonio. More than anything, I love representing myself because, you know, it took a lot of hard work and to have other people appreciate it outside of here, it's like, oh, it's cool.
Do you have any places that you would like to?
So many. My top places that hopefully within this year or next year, like I need to wrestle in Chicago. I want to wrestle in New York.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, those are like the ones at the top of my head right now.
We'll let creative know.
Yeah. Please, anybody, everybody, like hit me up, please. Like you need a Latina baddie, I got you. I'm that girl. But yeah.
There you go. So I think we're getting yelled at. So we'll end the conversation. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for
awesome.
having me.
Main attraction, Devin Carter. It's been a while. I know we have tiny chats.
I know it's every tiny chats here and there, but you know it's always a pleasure getting to talk to you.
Yeah, of course, because QWI happened last year, and you are 109. Now it's on the higher echelon, but you're kind of like in the cusp of the elite. But to have that number, and I think we talked about it, kind of like in our conversation where you're having representation within the LGBTQIA+ community. What was that number mean to you, having that on that list on the QWI?
Honestly, it was such a surprising moment for me because I felt like my 2025 was very constant. Like I didn't feel I didn't do ups or any downs. I just personally and in my head, I just felt like I was like I just didn't do it. Like I don't even know how to explain it. But
you're coasting. Let's say
yeah. There we go.
You're coasting.
Yeah, I was coasting, and so like when the list was coming out and I saw the number that I was previously, I was like, okay, I'm not there
I think you were like you're like upper hundreds. I think you were like 190 something, I think, or
so 199 was my debut year.
Yeah.
196 was my debut year, and then from there I went to 128, I believe. And then when 128 happened, I was like, oh no, did I not make it this year? I was like, I didn't know where I stood. And then as the list was coming out, I came across it, I went through it, and then when 109 hit, I was just like,
It hasn't sunk in at the time.
Yeah, it didn't sink in because I was just like, wow, like for someone to be pushing or for the crowd to be pushing for me to where I made 109, like that meant the world to me. No matter how I felt about my year, someone out there believed in me that I did better than the year before, and that's such an amazing feeling.
I was thinking that too because I think there's probably some kid who's watching a show, whether it's here in Texas or like if you do go out of state, and they have that representation, like like it's a person who's probably struggling with their sexual identity, but for you to be that larger megaphone within that community, that must have been unreal seeing, at least in the numbers, but the representation that you have within the queer community, that must have been crazy to see.
It was such a like crazy moment and like such a surreal moment for me because like it made me appreciate the little things, whether it's a tiny match, whether I'm just a minor role in a storyline, like that meant that I was showing someone that I was more than just what I like the character that I was. And so then to see myself higher than we see people on TV, higher than we see some people like who are doing.
I mean, you're in leagues with Effie or Anthony Bowens, you know, like those guys.
To see my name so close to the people that I watch is such an amazing feeling because now I know I'm on the right step. Now I know I'm on the right track, and I just need to continue with the love and the support that I've been giving and just feed it back to the crowd because like they do so much for me whether they know it or not. Like they're the reason why I continue to do what I do. It's such a hard wrestling is so hard difficultly mentally just because like you have a lot of self-doubt, and not only if you have self-doubt, you're always going to have that hater no matter what you do. And I've had a lot of hate online over the years, but the fans who back me up and the fans who continue to push for me make it all worthwhile. I can be having a bad day, and then the moment I step a foot through the crowd through the curtain, the fans remind me why I'm
and it fuels you because like oftentimes you can do one of two ways with hate, whether it's through online or someone in the crowd has a shoot moment of like, you know, slur. You can turn that into something productive when you do in the ring, or you can just let that hold in. But in your case, you kind of kept it in a productive way where you do stuff in the ring. That's that hate really directing away from you, and just like doing stuff and doing it productively in the ring.
That's what I'm trying to do. Like no matter what, no matter the hate, the love that I get, I want to turn it into positivity because you can hate me all you want, or you can hate on my lifestyle all you want, but the one thing you're not going to hate on is my wrestling because I know for sure that I'm a great wrestler. And so that's the one thing that I'm never gonna let anyone take away from me is how good I am in the ring. And like whatever you feel, you have to give me my like flowers for that. Because I compete with like the best. And tonight showed it. I compete with two of the Texas best, Epi and Casey Blackrose. So like I'm gonna continue to show why Devin Carter is the main attraction. I'm gonna continue to show people why I bring the heat under the spotlight, and I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Everything, like the love, the hate, it fuels me to do more and to be bigger than what I am already.
Yeah. So the on-site events happening too. The Heritage Championship has been with Diego Rene for a while, and he's been holding it down for the span of time that he's had. You're the number one contender, and the match he had with, I will say this, former Texas 8 participants, Casey Blackrose, who repped San Antonio last year, Epi with the RGB, to face them and to really put you over being that number one contender. What was that like getting that spot finally?
Not only were like they the two like shining stars of that Texas scene, because they did both like incredible in that showing, but Casey and Epi are both former Heritage champions.
Yes.
Something that I can't say for myself yet, and only less than a handful of people can call themselves a Heritage champion. So to beat two of the best that there was for the title means that I know going forward that if I just believe in myself and continue to train and continue to push myself, that Diego's going to have a pretty hard running for his money. And like as great as Diego is, and as great in the ring he is, I know Devin Carter can bring that fire out, and I know he's going to see a different side. And I think that's exciting because no one has seen what me and Diego can do in the ring singles. They've seen us in tag matches against each other, but no one's seen what we can do in a singles, and I think that's what's so surprising and so fun about what's next about this chapter of the title.
And you know your play, you know his play because you've worked with him for so long.
Yeah, I worked with him for so long. Like, I know him better than I think he knows me, and so I'm gonna use what I know. Tonight, he's still doing the same shenanigans, but Devin Carter is doing things that you haven't seen me do before, and I'm continuing to rise, and that's what being the heritage champion is to rise to the occasion, to be a leader of a community, and that's what I am. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to build, is to be a leader in this community.
You're basically playing chess while Diego's playing checkers.
Yeah. Two different games.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Of course.